Just as we are seeing Hillary Clinton didn't learn her lesson in 2016 and she seems to once again be positioning herself for another presidential run. The Gateway Pundit is reporting that things may have started to come together when it comes to the strange occurrences surrounding the DH of Seth Rich, the lobbyist from Washington, D.C., who has been on an unyielding search for Seth Rich's car, is now claiming he has found a credible witness who will identify the two men he believes allegedly murdered the DNC staffer. Jack Burkman, who is an attorney and lobbyist, has spent over 2 years working with a private investigative team in order to solve the Seth Rich Mr. mystery. Burkman told sources at the Gateway Pundit that the witness he has found have concrete evidence that should be able to bring Rich's killers to justice within a month or less. The Gateway Pundit reports, Rich, 27, was a DNC voter expansion data director for 2 years and had accepted a position with Hillary Clinton's campaign. He was murdered in Washington, D.C. on July 10, 2016, near his apartment in an affluent neighborhood. Rich was shot twice in the back with a HN, and his wallet, credit cards, watch and phone were left in his possession. The Metropolitan Police Department has described it as a botched robbery. Private investigators have claimed there is evidence Rich was the source who provided WikiLeaks with thousands of bombshell emails that rocked the Democratic National Committee in the summer of 2016 just ahead of its convention and the 2016 election. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has also insinuated Rich was the source WikiLeaks used to obtain the emails. The emails indicated the Democrat Party was manipulating the primary race in favor of Hillary Clinton and sabotaged the Bernie Sanders campaign, led to the resignation of then DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. On July 22, just 12 days after Rich's DH and days before the Democratic Party convention in Philadelphia, WikiLeaks released 20,000 emails from DNC officials. As Gateway Pundit reported, Burkman was shot at and run over by the former U.S. Marine Kevin Doherty on March 13, who he hired to help him get to the bottom of the case. Doherty, who claims he worked as a special agent and criminal investigator in the intelligence community, was subsequently arrested by Arlington County Police on charges of malicious wounding and use of a firearm in commission of a felony. The witness informed Burkman that Doherty was well acquainted with the two government employees that K.D. Rich, but he was unaware Doherty worked as Burkman's lead investigator and tried to kill him earlier in the year. The witness himself didn't know that I had been shot by Kevin Doherty. Before we even told him that, he told us that Doherty was friends and palled around with the ATF agent and the D agent who shot Seth. That's why we think the witness is credible, he said. There wasn't much coverage of my SG. The witness didn't see the coverage and didn't know. We didn't tell him. He told us before we told him. We believe that Kevin Doherty may have been a plant in my organization, to kill me and stop my investigation, he added. He was carefully playing the role. Despite nearly getting KD while investigating the Rich case, Burkman says he doesn't live in fear and neither should the witness. I now have armed guards all the time, and we will have even more armed guards at the press conference. The place will be surrounded with private armed security, he said. But once we start living in fear, we might as well have Adolf Hitler in power. Once you live in fear, there's no reason to have one World War II. Following the press conference, Burkman will hold a candlelight march to the spot where Rich was KD. I promised the Rich family that I would find their son's murderer. Their son was a great patriot and a great young man, and it is for that reason that I want to solve this MR, Burkman said. His heart was in the right place and I want to honor him. We are one big political fraternity. This could have happened to any of the young people who work for me, Republican or Democrat. I employ both. This could happen to any one of those young people. Burkman has created, paid for and erected billboards in the neighborhood where Rich lived and died, built the website Who Killed Seth.com and canvassed the neighborhood with Seth Rich's parents. Last year, he sued the Democratic National Committee for the release of the hacked DNC server he claimed will reveal key information in solving the MR of DNC staffer Seth Rich. The DC-based attorney has also offered a $130,000 reward of his personal money for information leading to the arrest of Rich's Kr. WikiLeaks is offering $20,000, One American News Network $100,000. The D.C. Metropolitan Police Department $25,000 and businessman and investor Martin Shkreli $100,000. The DNC has yet to offer a reward for information leading to the arrest of the murderer of its own young staffer. The DNC honored its murdered employee by dedicating a bike rack outside its headquarters to Rich's memory. Burkman confirmed that during the Tuesday press conference the witness, who fears for his life, will be accompanied by armed guards and in a disguise as he details how two employees of the United States government KD Seth Rich. The lobbyist also explained that Frank Whalen, a retired NYPD Detective Sergeant NYPD who served as the head of NYPD homicides for 23 years, found the witness and brought him forth. We will just have to wait and see as to what transpires Tuesday evening. But Burkman's claims don't really seem all that outlandish considering Seth Rich is said to be the alleged leaker from the DNC, and we have all seen what happens to people in the political and business arena who go against the Clintons and what they want. Whatever happened that night of the KG, let's hope for the sake of Rich's memory that we can finally get to the bottom of this tragic saga.